Hello everybody, my name is Exonerated. I want to welcome you to Survival Multiplayer here on the Spinalcraft server. Today we're going to do a little bit something different. I am tired of walking past these three risers constantly without having anything here. I messed around a little bit with some water, and I messed around with those giant mushrooms, but what I'd really like to do is set up sort of a garden, maybe with some seating. Whoops, gonna walk off the edge. Like to set up maybe a garden with some seating and some water elements, but I want them all tied in together, so that it's kind of thematic. So I'm gonna get some stuff together, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I am messing around, whoops, a little bit here. I have started off by planting a dark oak tree. I think that's going to be the theme, so to speak. I took down the two mushrooms that were here, and I think I want kind of a relaxed garden feel, like an oriental style feel. So what I'm doing now on this bottom layer here is I've taken out part of the ground. I'm going to drop it down and make a bit of a garden here, or a bit of a water element rather. I'm going to have the water flow down from this top layer over the edge here and then kind of cascade down and around. It's going to cause this wall to go down a little bit, but I think it'll add a nice effect while still keeping the shape, so to speak, for the fountain. So I'm going to place blocks wrong repeatedly. You can actually see underneath where this was not filled in when we first came to the area and we started building out. I wasn't sure if we were keeping these round sections. I made them pretty early on, and then we decided to keep them because we liked the way it looked, and then it ended up segueing into the rest of the look of our base. So let me grab some of these stone blocks here that I've knocked down and backfill this in a little bit. I'm going to borrow from one to fill in the other. All this is going to be dropped down a tier or two. There we go, finally hit the haste beacon. Okay. What I'd really like to do is kind of drop this down. Whoops, wrong block. That's okay. A little bit of grass never hurt. What I'd like to do is drop this down and then eventually have this cascade over into the actual river here. So maybe like this. Those blocks right there should be good. Inventory is a little full. Don't worry, I'll get those blocks before they despawn. I want to get the main outline of the water element here done. Let's see, have it come over like this. And a little bit more, and there's that. Take some of this out. We'll build it back up when we get to that point. There we go. And let's see, where are we with the, okay, this is good here. So we're gonna don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna make this as wide, I don't think. So let's get that out of my inventory for a second. Pick up these stone blocks. There we go. We're not gonna make it as wide as the way I had it. I'm gonna store these right here. That's proper inventory management. I don't care who says otherwise. We're gonna get up here and finish outlining the waterway that we want. And we do want it to be 4 wide. Want it to pool a little bit, so it needs to, like that. That way we can get a nice effect. It'll also help prevent us from having to light up the whole area too much. I was going to see what I can do about making it sort of like a koi pond. You see those around, they're a little overgrown and dark. They've got lily pads and such. And then they're kind of lit in the bottom, and that's really what I want to go for on this body of water here. So you pick up those blocks before they expire. And let's see, I definitely think we want to keep the shape of the water. We'll just cheat our way back up and rebuild. We want to keep the shape of the wall, rather. Yeah, that'll be fine. So it's going to come off the edge here, and it's going to cascade down to this side. And then because that's the lower end of it, it's just going to aim straight for, or the lower level rather, it's just going to aim straight for that. So it's going to cascade off this side, run that way. This one will cascade straight down and run that way, so it'll be like it's feeding it. And then I may actually pull this a little bit at the bottom as well, just to kind of fill in and give it a little bit of an effect. So let me go grab some more dirt. I don't think, initially I was thinking I wanted to take it off that edge, but I like it going off the front side there better. We're going to go ahead and remove these, because you don't want to see them in the pond. You want to just be able to see just the soil. Alright, and we'll go pick up some dirt, drop off some of these blocks that I'm not going to use. Alright, let me get this water. I'm going to go and get the water situated and everything. And, no, second thought, I'll stay here. Let's see. Just need to fill that stack up, and then we need dirt. Dirt, 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 dirt. What did I do? I know I have some over here. So we'll run over here and grab some dirt. Thank goodness for speed beacons. Oh, and then it runs out. The other one's too far. I think I need one like around here. That one doesn't get me. This one over here, there's like a hole where this whole area doesn't get hit. I know it's a first world problem, but it's my first world problem. Actually, I'm gonna... I think I'm gonna dump off that dark oak for now and grab this other stack of dirt. I've got plenty of dark oak saplings over there near me, so... So we've got this dark oak over here setting up sort of like a bonsai a little bit. And I want to try building one out of dark oak with the oak leaves and making it like similar to a bonsai. Let's see. We're going to just block this in. We don't want it to... That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We don't want it to leak out all over the place, obviously. We want to contain the flowing water in our little zen-like garden. We want to have some different height variations in there so that we can make sure we get the full effect. And I like that a lot. Alright, let me, okay, I am going to cut away this time. I'm going to go about filling this up with water and see how we look. Alright, I'm back. I've been doing a little bit of work here, I've got the water all filled in. I did some lighting in the bottom. Don't want it to be all dark and kind of dreary, which water tends to do. Made a little pond down here, put some lights in it also. Might rough out these borders a little bit to make them a little bit more rounded out, not quite so polished. I added another water element up here on this top tier. I went through just to show you the edge here. And I've got a little spot here. I'm going to put some vegetation. I've started some vines on it. I've got this notch hole up here. And what we're going to do is I've got this little pond at the top also with the little water feature going down. I thought that would add a little bit to it. And it just kind of flow the whole area down, a little Zen garden-esque. Redid this stairway a little bit to make it easier to turn corners. I'm probably going to do that right here as well. In fact, I should do that right now after I fall all the way down. Let's see. Alright, we're just going to pillar up. Bye-bye clay. Alright. And let's see, we'll do this. And we'll kill these here and just put in dirt. I think that'll look better anyway. So that at least this way, when you're coming around the corner, you can come down and just flow on down from one stairway to the next. I think it makes it a little easier to run up too. Which, you know, a lot of times I'd have to hit a wall and then slam and then speed down and then strafe to the right and run down. And I think this makes it a little bit easier. No, I'm going to leave that alone for now. So, I've got some vegetation here. We're going to pop a couple of lily pads. I'll have to go farm some more up. I definitely want to be able to kind of mix those. Did that grow? I only had one. Huh. This should be made. Wow, it disappeared. You should be able to bone mill lily pads all day long. And make more lily pads. Wow, that one disappeared even. Yeah, that should definitely be... Somebody needs to fix your game, Microsoft. You can't say Mojang anymore, because it's Microsoft's. Alright, so let's see. I want another tree, but I think I want a birch. Where are my birch? There we go. I want a little birch tree hanging over this. Yeah. Yeah, I can do with that. Maybe. Might be... it's too tall. Oh. Yeah, that one's a little too tall, but I'll go through... Let me plant this oxeye. There, and now I can pick up the wood. There we go. Let's see here. Try it again, see if we can get a smaller one. I gotta knock out some of this. Okay. Well, there we are. Cool. Alright, so we got a small tree, and I will get up and knock those down real quick. Whoops. Shears to the rescue. Alright. Get rid of that wood for now. I don't need that. Get down here, pick up all these. And there we go. That's a lot closer. I'm gonna trim that some. That's a lot closer to what I was hoping for. Actually, I got an even better idea. We're gonna use these leaves though. That's for sure. throw that bone meal out. Alright, so we're going to put a little bench over here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's only 4 wide. This is 5. And thank you, Etho, for putting in such a handy notion of using the glowstone on the tree and building the trees yourself. And how does that look? And I timed out. Okay, I guess I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and this is actually the next day. I don't know what happened to cause the server to time out. It went down for a little while, so I decided to take a break for the rest of the day. And I came back the next day, and I was thinking about doing like an Asian theme style, something along with, you know, topiaries and all of this, but I think I'm going for more of a country backyard look. So I went through and took some oak stairs and laid them out, and I have them on this nice little border and some podzol, which I managed to farm up yesterday. And I've put up some hedges with some hidden lighting, doing my best to try to keep it properly lit. And I've got this cute little seating area over here. So now what I'm going to do is kind of break all this up and put that oxeye daisy away. I'm going to break all this up and actually go through and set up a path, I think, to lead from into the staircase area. And where am I? There we go. And I think I want the path to lead out of this door, this hole right here. I think I'm going to make this a doorway, and I'm going to arch with some stairs over a little bit and try to make it look a little bit wider than it actually is, even though it's going to stay at one width there. And let's see, take it back over this way. I want a little bit of grass, but I want to be able to have a definitive path too. And I think most of this grass needs to, yep, definitely that piece. Most of this grass needs to go as well. Maybe leave that. And then, so we'll have a small little path over here. We'll put some more podzol in, and we'll fence this area in just like this one. And actually, let me make this a seating area, or a planted area over here as well. We'll do that instead. And for now, we are going to close that off, since it's under the tree, and I need to make sure I light this up. So I'm going to do some more work with this. I'm going to go through and see what I can come up with to kind of expand on my idea here a little bit, see how it looks, and I'll be back in just a few. Wow, okay, so I'm back now. I've been doing a lot of work. So when you come up now, I'm working on this last section of it, and I'll do that on camera in just a moment. But we should come up here. We've got this nice little path segueing to the top, small little garden to the one side, the tree with a little bit of hedging to the other. We've put up all these lights here. This is the same motif for a light that I use pretty much everywhere else, so I think that's what I'm going to go with. And up here on the top, of course, I got the path going on both sides, the little seating area that we've mixed in some hardened clay, or some hardened brown clay rather. These are dark oak logs and then some dirt. There's no grass close enough, so that dirt should stay dirt from here on out. We've got these little bushes over here. I do have lighting all throughout the area, not just up on these, but in all the bushes as well. You can see there is a pumpkin underneath there. Got some splits, some stairs in here to kind of split up the ground, make it look like it's a worn path. And so what I'm going to do right here, this is the last section of it. I'm just going to go through and run out of cobblestone. So we'll go run up and get some. But basically I'm just going to stagger bricks. You've seen this pretty much everywhere. I'm just going to stagger some bricks back and forth along, using mostly gravel. That's the one you really want to stick to. If you don't use a lot of gravel in it, it tends to look more polished than I'm sure you want it to. So it always helps to mix it in. It can never be 100%, but the more random the block placement, the better. Let's see here. Throw in some stone. I sparingly use the mossy cobble. Really, it's not one of those blocks that blends in as well with some of the others, so I tend not to use it so heavily when I'm doing these walkways. Stagger things out. Don't want it to look like a pattern, so we'll put one there and there. And maybe one there. That's my son, bar none. Hello. We're going to put a stair there. And maybe a stair here. And then the rest of it... Whoops. The rest of it we're going to finish up with cobble. And there's my son saying he's going to sit and watch us. I'll learn how to do this whole block placing thing eventually. Here we go. I don't like the stair here by itself. So I'm going to put in a couple of more, or other blocks rather. Maybe widen that up a little bit here. Put that there, and then put that. Yep, that looks a lot better. Alright, so I'm going to finish up this episode by putting in some more seating down on this lower level. Get rid of all this stone. Even put some clay in that top one. Not totally sure I like exactly how it looks, but I do like it as a nice bit of a change here. Let's see, pumpkins, stairs. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We've got everything else that we want. I am going to put a lamp down here as well. It is a little dark. You'll notice it's a little dark here, so we're going to use that brick as, there we go, as the podium for our, get rid of these torches so we can see what our real lighting is. Ooh, nice and dark over here and here. Well, we'll post up lights on either side of this entryway here. Not what I wanted. And also not what I wanted. I'm on a roll. Cheat for this one. Give me that. Cheat for that one. Alright, so I'm going to need a little bit of lighting over here. This is just entirely too dark. I don't want to put any more bushes down. So let's see here. We're going to put a couple of seats. That looks good. And let's dig out a block here. We don't have any dirt down there, so it won't let us place the pumpkin, so we're going to put that on top. Don't like that. Just going to put a bush over it. There we go. That'll provide some much needed lighting. I do have topiaries on the other seat, so I will put them there, and maybe another one right in my way where I can't walk. Alright, let me grab some more lighting and we'll wrap this up. It's a little dark right there. What's my block light? Oh yeah, that's definitely spawnable. Well, I'll have to think about that and come back to it at another time. I'm going to continue to misplace blocks, apparently. Oh, glowstone up here. And nope, and nope. There we go. So running down here. This will be the last lamp that we place up for down here. I didn't really want this many of them, to be honest, but I mean, you have to keep it lit up. In fact, let me grab a stone brick real quick. There we go. I don't like them sitting just on the ground either. I want them sitting on something, so here we go. Yep, 1 out of 3, not too shabby, not too shabby. Alright, so this has been a little departure from my last couple of episodes. I definitely like the way the whole theme kind of turned out. Looks nice and kind of inviting, a little bit more country with the wooden barriers to the gardens and everything. But I want to thank you all for watching today's episode. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Tell your friends and neighbors. I'm just going to continue to play with the camera until you get sick. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.